If you have been following news lately, you would have come across some strong political statements from Tamil Nadu. Phrases like the Tamils will not tolerate blackmail of no funding unless Tamil Nadu accepts the three language policy and Tamil Nadu will not hesitate to launch another language war have resurfaced. But why are there such strong reactions and why is there opposition to the three language policy in Tamil Nadu? Vanakkam, this is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. The language passions in Tamil Nadu have been rekindled by the Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, defending the non-dispersal of funds to Tamil Nadu under the Samagra Shiksha. He questioned when the rest of the country has accepted the three-language policy under the National Education Policy 2020, why is that Tamil Nadu is seeking to exercise monopoly? He accused the state's politicians of being divisive, politically motivated, and depriving students of learning a third language. The minister charged that Tamil Nadu has to come to terms with the constitution and it has to follow the rule of the law. Reacting very strongly to this, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin questioned under which provision of the constitution has it been mandated for states to adopt the three-language policy. Stalin said, "We are asking for our rights. If you behave arrogantly as if you are asking for private property, then Delhi will see the unique nature of Tamils." The DMK and its allies have already made this into a political rallying point. The principal opposition party, the AIADMK, as well as other political parties, including actor Vijay's Tamalaga Vetri Kalagam, have strongly opposed the views of the education minister. Now, why is there a strong opposition to the three-language policy in Tamil Nadu? This history goes back to 1937 when the C. Rajagopalachari or Rajaji government decided to introduce Hindustani as a compulsory language in the secondary schools. Strongly opposing this, the Justice Party and Periyar E.V. Ramasamy launched an agitation against this in 1938 and 39. Two youth, Thalamuthu and Natarajan, who participated in the agitation, died and eventually became icons of the anti-Hindi imposition movement. Fast forward to 1965, when the country was set to roll out Hindi as an official language for communications, agitations broke out across Tamil Nadu. At least 70 persons were killed in police firing as well as in terms of self-immolations opposing the imposition of Hindi. Eventually, the centre agreed not to impose Hindi and have English as an associate official language till such time that the entire country agrees to enforce Hindi. This anti-Hindi agitation of the 1965 catapulted the DMK to power 2 years later. Again in 1968, agitations broke out in Tamil Nadu when the parliament adopted the Official Languages Amendment Act and along with that adopted an official languages resolution that proposed a three-language policy. The three-language policy at that time meant that Hindi-speaking states will have to follow three languages, that is Hindi, English and one of the modern Indian languages, preferably a southern language. And in non-Hindi speaking areas such as Tamil Nadu, the states were required to adopt the local language, English and Hindi as a compulsory subject in schools. This is when Chief Minister C.N. Annadurai moved a resolution in the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, at that point known as the Madras Assembly. This resolution outright rejected the three-language formula and instead adopted a two-language policy to teach only Tamil and English in the schools of Tamil Nadu. For the last close to 6 decades, this two-language policy has been successfully adopted in Tamil Nadu. The policy has been repeatedly reiterated. In fact, in 1976, when the Government of India notified the official language rules, it made it clear that it shall extend to the whole of India except the state of Tamil Nadu. The two-language policy was reiterated in 1986 through a House resolution, as well as found resonance in 2019 when the draft National Education Policy proposed Hindi as a third language. Subsequently, in 2020, when the National Education Policy was notified, the then Tamil Nadu government, headed by the AIADMK, which was then an ally of the BJP, strongly opposed to a three-language policy. The BJP's argument is that the NEP, unlike the earlier policies of the Congress government, does not impose Hindi. Instead, it allows for learning of any modern Indian language in a particular state, which means in Tamil Nadu, students can learn Tamil, English, and any other Indian language which need not be necessarily Hindi. However, in Tamil Nadu, the majority argument has been that the three language policy is nothing but a smokescreen to introduce Hindi through the back door. Such an apprehension may not be entirely misplaced because in 2014, the Union Minister of State for Home, Kiran Rijiju, had informed Parliament that the three language policy was adopted in the entire country except in Tamil Nadu, Tripura, and Puducherry. And in states where the policies were followed, the three languages were largely Hindi, English, and Sanskrit in the Hindi speaking belt. And in the non Hindi speaking areas, it was Hindi, English, and the local regional language, which means that the modern Indian language, for instance, southern languages in the non Hindi speaking areas, was a concept that was not implemented. He, of course, said that this was largely due to the lack of availability of the language teachers and teaching learning resources. Critics also point out that in 2019, the union budget had allocated rupees 50 crore to support the appointment of Hindi teachers in non-Hindi speaking states. This, they say, exposed the intention of imposing Hindi on the part of the centre. Now, Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has questioned that when students of Tamil Nadu learn three languages in central schools, why are they being deprived of the opportunity in state-run schools? To this, the argument of the Dravidian parties is that even in the Kendriya Vidyalayas, Tamil is not taught by default. In fact, the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan's annual report says that by default they teach Hindi, Sanskrit, and English. And regional language is taught only if there are 15 students in a class who seek to learn a different language from class 6 onwards. Besides, the state's politicians have pointed out that a few years ago, information under the Right to Information Act had shown that in 49 Kendriya Vidyalayas in Tamil Nadu, there was not a single Tamil teacher. BJP State President Annamalai, of course, has accused the state's politicians of indulging in duplicity. He has pointed out that many CBSE schools in Tamil Nadu, which are run by politicians from different political parties, actually teach Hindi as a subject. If that is the case, why should Hindi not be taught in the state government schools? No doubt, Annamalai has pointed out to a harsh reality. In fact, it is even ironical that most of these CBSE schools were started after the last Karnataka government had introduced the Samachir Kalvi or the uniform syllabus. The fact remains that Tamil Nadu has never opposed voluntary learning of Hindi. In fact, more students have enrolled in the Dakshin Prachar Sabha in Chennai rather than anywhere else. Data also showed 4 years ago that 73% of the Hindi Pracharaks or the teachers from the Dakshin Bharat Hindi Prachar Sabha were from Tamil Nadu. Today, if you travel from Chennai to Kanyakumari, you're almost certain to encounter someone who speaks Hindi. Many people have picked up conversational Hindi on account of necessity because the state's economy, especially the labor economy, is run by the migrant laborers. Overall, there is evidence to suggest that the two-language policy adopted by Tamil Nadu has been largely successful. Against this backdrop, the centre must realize that it cannot undermine cooperative federalism by forcing a state to adopt a three-language policy. Education, in any case, is on the content list of the constitution, and therefore it would do well for the centre to give states flexibility in introducing what suits a particular state best. After all, the centre does not gain anything significantly by mandating a child to learn an additional language compulsorily. Let us see if the centre resolves this issue through dialogue with the state government and releases funds for the Samagra Shiksha. On that note, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. I shall meet you in another video. Thank you.